Having a look at the Brugmansias. It's fall and they're starting to turn yellow. You can see some of the yellow leaves on it. And just going to tell you what I do when I bring them inside, because these things are getting big. This one's like, I know these rafters are at least 8 or 9 feet high, so this thing's at least 6, 7 feet. Of course, it's up in a pot, but it's a pretty cool plant and it's beautiful. It's got some beautiful buds coming on it. It's still going to bloom. I usually leave the buds on when I bring them inside because I like to smell the fragrance in the evenings. It's just a very, very cool plant to have indoors. Love it. But before I bring it in, the key that I want to do with these is I want to make them as slender as possible because I'm going to be bringing them inside in a cool room. I have a space. I can put them, I want to tuck it in a corner or put it off to the side. So I just want it to be upright and fairly narrow. And then after I get it going and it starts to sort of like I'm drying it out a little bit outside, I'm not going to keep it very wet over winter. If I keep it too wet, it's going to start growing and it gets all kinds of bugs and stuff on it. So my plan is to strip off quite a few of the leaves at this point, almost all of them, and leave the buds intact because I want the flowers to flower indoors. But once I'm done, once the thing is finished, then I'll go through and possibly even cut the tips right off the plant, take every single leaf off, bone dry in the pot, and it's good to go in a cool room for winter. Remember your Brugmansias, these are Angel Trumpet. They cannot handle any kind of frost whatsoever. So, well, maybe a very light frost, but they need to be kept above freezing. So that's my plan. And so I'll just show you right now what I'm going to do to cut this one back so I can get it in the house. So right now, I'm okay with the height of it. I just don't want it sticking out too far on the sides. So even though I'm going to be cutting off a bunch of beautiful buds on this thing, they just got to go. So I'm going to cut these off on the inside and then I'll get you a little bit of a close-up shot here in a minute. But there we go. So that's one branch gone. Now remember, I can do cuttings on these. You can see where the bark is sort of woody looking here, and up here it's very green. So in the green section, this will root quite readily. So if I wanted to do some cuttings right now, I could just chop this off pretty much anywhere, strip the leaves off like so, and I'd basically be good to go just sticking that in a pot and the thing will just grow. The thing with Brugmansias is that they grow like crazy. Now remember, a lot of people on the internet are talking on about how poisonous these things are, and if you just touch them with your hands, it's going to burn the skin off your hands, and it gives you all, they're kind of like myths. People call them, they think they're datura plants, and datura is something totally different. That's one very poisonous plant. They're distantly related to daturas, yes, that's true, but their toxicity is lower than a datura. But still, with any plants you have, don't eat them. Just don't eat them, okay? That's what I'm telling you. So that's just a general rule of thumb. Unless it's a vegetable or a fruit, don't eat it. That's my tip of the week. So I'm going to cut some more branches. Look at that. Beautiful buds on that thing. Just fabulous. Oh well. So now I'm getting it more upright. I still have a few branches here. I'm just going to cut the ends off. I don't want this big one down here, not big leafed one down below. Trying to slim it up a bit. Taking off these side shoots, narrowing it up. And it's getting there. Anyway. So I'm just sort of keeping the branches that are straight above the pot. And that way when I bring it inside, I can tuck it in a corner. But at first, I'm just going to enjoy the fragrance of some of the buds that are left on here. They'll flower over the next couple weeks. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look for leaves like this that are starting to turn yellow. So it is fall, so these are deciduous. They will drop their leaves. So just with the cold weather we've been having, we haven't had any frost, but it's been getting cold. These are just going to drop within the next day or so, so I might as well take them off before I bring it in. All right. So there you go. I'll continue this video inside, and I'll get a few of the plants in, move some in, and you'll be able to see what I do to keep them inside. And again, I'm keeping them like they have some moisture right now, but within a short period of time, I want them to be dry before I remove the leaves, at least barely dry. They'll just start to wilt a little bit, and then I can just strip the leaves right off. And it's keeping them dry that keeps them dormant over winter. So that's what you need to do. Hey guys, now we're having a look inside. I've got these plants moved in, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about what we're doing in the house now. And so I'll just show you what's going on here. Alrighty, so these are the Brugmansias we just saw that we were just looking at. We've got 3 fairly large ones, and you can see these are getting close to the ceiling height, which is about 8 feet. So we're sitting at about maybe 6.5 feet tall, and they're up in a pot as well. So this is a sort of a typical size that Brugmansias can grow to. These are the Angels Trumpet again. So you can see these beautiful blooms. They're super fragrant, and you can just see how many are on here. So this is one of the reasons why we bring them inside, is to enjoy the beautiful fragrance in the evenings. And so it seems just like clockwork, right about 7 p.m. every night, the fragrance just quadruples. And just looks really great and smells great, and it's fabulous. You can see in the background there's the one pink flowering one. It's jammed right in the back corner there, so it doesn't get very much light there. But so remember that what we're going to do now is we're starting to dry them out already, so they're starting to wilt a little bit. So I'll be coming in, and I'm just going to trickle a little bit of water on them, just so that we have sort of the minimal amount to keep them alive right now, because they have a lot of leaves, so they do need some water to stay alive. But we're triggering them now to go dormant, and we can see that some of the leaves are again starting to turn yellow, and that's what we want, because they are deciduous. That means they're going to lose their leaves for the winter. So as they start to drop leaves, we're going to, I'm actually picking them off every day. I'll just come in and pick off every yellow one I can find. And we'll see there's actually some here, like this one is actually like sort of wilting a bit. And there's some in here that are ready to go. And I'm just going to pick at them. And then I'm going to remove the flowers. Like if flowers like this one is spent, so I can just snap it off and just remove that bloom. And it's done what it was supposed to do. So that'll go into the compost bin. And there's some more inside there that I'm going to remove. So there you go. So these guys are prone to a couple insect issues. And right now I haven't seen any bugs on these whatsoever. Typically mealybug is one of the ones that really gets these guys. A little bit of aphid sometimes. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to pick off every single leaf off of these guys. So we're going to get them just down to sticks. And then at that point, they're going to be good to go into winter. And in this room that we have here, this is a plant room. And in the plant room, we have assorted plants. I've got my just miscellaneous plants that we had out on the patio. We've got some of the orchid cactuses and things that we have. And this one planter is a tropical planter, so we just thought we'd bring the whole thing in, and might be able to get some cuttings off of that this year. So it's going to be kind of fun. You can see that we've got the begonia in here with the philodendron, the lemon lime. Actually, this is a pothos. That's right. Yeah, this is a lemon lime pothos, and some tradescantias and miscellaneous plants. I got a whole bunch of the succulents that I got to bring in today, so we got to try to find room for that. We're going to probably have to set up a bench in here. And we were going to make some room, like, we've got boxes on the shelf here. Like, why would you have boxes when you can have plants? It doesn't make any sense. So anyway, we're just putting trays underneath the plants and putting them up if we can. We just have the light. This is a sort of a north window, so it doesn't get much light. And this is a west-facing sliding glass door that gives us most of our light. And we also have a grow light that we have, and we have other grow lights if we want to set them up. But we don't really want these plants to grow much. We just want them to go into suspended animation now for the winter. And let's get through so we can get them back kicked outside again next year in around the middle of May. So there you go. So that's basically it for this this video. I just wanted to show you guys the process I'm doing, and see if I can add on a quick shot here at the end of the video that just shows them after they're stripped down, and just the stems remain, or mostly the stems. Remember, if the blooms are still blooming, I'll just let those go right to the bitter end, because I really do enjoy the fragrance in the evenings, and that's part of the process of growing plants, is to have these things that we really enjoy and to take advantage of it. So anyway, that's it for today. Thanks everybody for tuning in to Grower Coach. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And yeah, tune in whenever you can. Don't forget the garden show. Every Sunday we publish a new or another episode. So check that out. All right. Thanks very much. Take care. Bye.